Well, thank you, Cheryl, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Some years ago, we were given the challenge by a senior manager at the Department for Transport who asked us, why do fishing vessels keep sinking? And can you develop a means of stopping this? Quite a challenge, one way or another. I thought I might start this morning with this slide, which we borrowed from our friends at RNLI. This was a caption that they put on the videos that were on their website some time ago, when they were showing various ways in which stability could deteriorate on a fishing vessel. And of course, it encapsulates the whole structure of what we're trying to say today. Keep the vessel stable and get back home. According to the figures we have from MAIB and United States Coast Guard, somewhere like 2/3 of fishing vessel losses at sea are due to inadequate stability. It's quite a substantial quantity. It seems to be the majority of accidents are connected somehow with stability, flooding, capsizing. Of course, there are other reasons for loss of life, like fires and contact with machinery and man overboard, as we keep hearing. But if we can get stability right, it could be that we could cut the losses of vessels in half. So what is stability? Well, it's often defined as the ability of a vessel to return to the upright position after it's been displaced by wind and waves. It's a very stable vessel will return upright quickly, and a vessel which has got poorer stability will take a long time to come back upright. Stability is a dynamic factor, and it's always changing while you're at sea for various reasons, which we'll see in a moment. It depends on the loading of the vessel, which changes with time. So you probably have an idea now that the stability is linked to the weight and the weight distribution on the boat and to the rolling motion. And the link is a simple one. The stability is inversely proportional to the period of the rolling motion. And remember, the slower the roll is, the less stable the vessel is. Now this slide, which has not quite come out as I hoped, shows the 6 motions of the vessel while it's in the water. 3 linear motions, X, Y, and Z axis, and 3 rotational motions around these axes. And that is happening all the time when the vessel is in the water. What we're looking to try and get is the roll period, and that is what our equipment is designed to produce. It eliminates the other motions and leaves us with the roll period. This is our product, which we call Seawise, which can be fitted to new and existing vessels. It's quickly fitted, and it uses factors from the IMO for the minimum value of GM, which should be on board. Next one. We have quite a number of changes on board during a voyage, which can take place. So there's a selection there. The last 2 have got a little marker against them because they could be assessed in harbour before going to sea, but the others really are all things which happen when you're in the middle of your voyage. And that's where things go wrong, and that's where we need to measure the stability of the vessel. Just 1 or 2 examples, some of which you'll recall. Solway Harvester lost in the year 2000 with water coming on board and through an open hatch. A very stormy night in the Irish Sea. Something much closer to our time today, the loss of the Nancy Glen in Loch Fyne on the west coast of Scotland, modified to a degree by adding a heavier crane and moving tanks for live fish higher in the structure of the vessel, causing too much top weight. And then the trawl gear biting into the seabed, which was the final straw in putting the vessel over. And last one, something from a bit further away from the Bering Sea, one of the crab vessels that they use in that part of the world, capsized purely because of the sea spray icing on the side of the vessel. They reckon it could have been about 100 tons of ice gathered on the superstructure and the crab pots. And coming back to our theme at the beginning, keep it stable, bring it home. This is a very poignant statue standing on the foreshore in Gloucester, Massachusetts. It's the Fishermen's Wives Memorial. It was erected to remember the terrible losses in the fishing fleet which they suffered in times gone by. The interruptive change in the industry that they experienced was the introduction of the marine barometer. Very simple. Giving the fishermen early warning of bad weather. And we wonder if our equipment now could bring about a similar shift in accident rates in our time. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions. And lastly, the last slide just tells us a little bit about the people who have supported us and supported us very generously in our work. Thank you very much.